News9 for everyone that's watched that match. It's everything that happened around Argentina's victory over Egypt. Lionel Messi and Argentina looked headed for one of the biggest upsets in World Cup history after Egypt raced into a 2-goal lead. But the defending champions produced a sensational late turnaround to win 3-2 and booked their place in the quarterfinals. Yet, within minutes of the final whistle, the focus shifted from football to officiating, a couple of cards flying here and there. Egypt believe a crucial VAR intervention denied them a legitimate goal, whilst another contentious incident in the build-up to Argentina's winner went absolutely unchecked. And their football federation has now lodged an official complaint with FIFA demanding the investigation and even seeking the removal of the match officials from the tournament. Will that change what actually happened over there in Dallas? Well, that's a different question. The controversy has gone global, from Gary Kasparov, the chess grandmaster, to Jose Mourinho, the chosen one. Several high-profile names have questioned the consistency of VAR, reigniting the debate over whether technology is really making football fairer. Alan Shearer said, well, if one was foul, the other one should have been a foul as well. Or is it simply creating new controversies? Was this just another difficult refereeing call, or does Egypt have a genuine case here? Let's quickly decode that. Ranjit Bajaj, founder Minerva Academy, with us on the broadcast. Many thanks, Ranjit, for taking out the time. Several things that we have to discuss, but first and foremost, let's take a look at what happened on the pitch over there. Argentinians and Lionel Messi, they got really emotional. But what's your take on the VAR call? I mean, people are saying if the previous one was supposed to be a foul, this one should have been a foul as well. Either both are foul or both are not a foul.
Toby, thank you so much for having me on News9. See, I kind of agree with when people see the whole controversy was called in the different rules for different people. Now, if that VAR, they said they checked the VAR for the Egyptian call and they didn't find it a foul. But if nowadays, when you see the referees have started with a mouthpiece, actually started telling the whole audience why, or the spectators, why it was called a foul, why it's a penalty, why it was whatever the decision is. That's for more transparency and accountability. Simple as that. Now, moment you have that, and then you have one VAR decision, and then there's another one where you don't explain it again to the public why it is not there. See, it could have been why it's not there. And I totally agree with them, because if the VAR call by them, that was not, I wouldn't say it was a penalty, because if you see, the moment you start slowing down things and you close them down, you see that the foot has actually touched the ankle, and with all other decisions going back in this World Cup, that's a foul. But if you see it in full speed, you see that there was no intention and actually there was no contact. The ball has already gone from him. So if the VAR had actually said it and explained to the public, this would have not happened. So it was not explained to the public. That is why this happened again.
Let me ask you objective questions. Firstly, that Lisandro Martinez foul in the build-up to the second, or should have been second, Egypt goal, do you think that was a foul, yes or no?
No, I don't think it was a foul, because see, when he went on and but not taking nothing away from the goal, I think it was one of the best goals ever scored, especially in this World Cup by far.
The dribble for that goal as well. I mean, the wing play was immaculate.
Oh my God! I mean, just doing, and that's showing that the cream rises to the top. When your country needs you, the legends rise. And if this was a World Cup which happened 4 years ago, that would have been a goal. Why? There was no VAR. Simple as that. Imagine, it's just about time.
Yeah.
And nowadays, the kids these days have never grown up without a VAR in their lives. Whereas
or without a keen flying kick to the other defender.
See, you have to see what happens when you score a goal nowadays. There's no joy. There's bewilderment trying to look there. Is it a goal? Is it not a goal? And the whole joy is taken out. And then after 2 minutes, they say, oh, it's a goal. And then they say, oh, it's a kind of false celebration. So that's not real football. Football is about giving joy even to the fans. When there's a goal scored, the ball hits the back of the net, and the linesman has not raised his flag, that should be it. I suggest, and I've been saying it for a long time, that, you should have what cricket has. You give them two choices. You give each coach two chances of picking out a VAR moment after talking with their team and taking the next VAR moment, bring another excitement. But after stopping every single game for 3 minutes, and then maybe not stopping it because they don't want to keep stopping it. And that's where different horses for different courses, you cannot do that. Same way when this controversy happened, because Ronaldo, by the way, was also this. He had a red card before the World Cup started. He was supposed to be suspended for 2 matches. And now when you get Ronaldo back in and you cancel his red card just because he should play the matches, then you get Messi like this, and then you get Trump in the middle
With
doing
that
his bit
Balogun
and
red card as well.
getting
So
a
you're
red
saying
card
you're saying
cancelled.
Lisandro Martinez, that wasn't a foul. So what about the build-up where Mohamed Salah was claiming a foul inside the penalty box? I mean, that clearly wasn't a penalty, but I mean,
No, it
what's your
wasn't a
take on
penalty.
that?
See, it wasn't a penalty. It wasn't a penalty because when Mohamed Salah did it, if you see it in full speed, that's what I meant by slow
Yeah,
motion.
yeah, yeah.
I've seen that on full speed, and you can come to know he's trying to dribble with both his feet. He's like to passing. So what Mohamed Salah does is from his left, he passes to his right, and he passes to his own left foot. So he's got two people there because both his feet are just works of art. And when he was doing that, the defender, he was able to get a foot in and touch the ball. Now, the moment the ball went away from him, that's when the foot actually touched him. But you saw that had zero impact. It was not done deliberately. Now, when you don't give handballs now inside the penalty area,
Yeah.
that means if it's hand to ball, it's not ball to hand. That means if it hits your knee and comes and touches you, it's not handball. It's got nothing to do with your body position. That means if you are here and it comes and touches you here, it can't be handball.
Yeah.
Because it's come off my own body part and it's touched my knee and it's come off. And earlier that was the handball. So now when you have to see, you have to go back how far you can go back. The rules are very, very clear. You can go back from where the possession started. Now, when you start the possession, now one day you might have a situation, the possession has been there for 4 minutes or 3 minutes or like 50 passes or 40 passes. Then do you actually go back 2.5 minutes or 2 minutes like they did this time 30 seconds before? Do they actually go back that long? So they have now VAR is brand new. These controversies will keep on happening till the time they get it right. If you have VAR,
What do you make of what other people are saying right now? Jose Mourinho is saying, Kasparov, the grandmaster, he's saying it's a corrupt joke that FIFA has become. Alan Shearer is saying something totally different. You've got Jose Mourinho who's come down on, heavily on what happened over there. And, some of those memes are really funny as well, Ranjit.
Kabir, I totally agree with the fact that FIFA has always been, in the time of Sepp Blatter, and now a totally corrupt organization with no morals whatsoever. Otherwise, honestly speaking, Qatar should have not got the World Cup when they were fighting against England, and now coming to this, and now Saudi Arabia getting the 2036 one, and having three continents in 2 World Cups just by ticking off nations. In the next one, you got Portugal, Morocco, and somebody else because they want to tick off nations to go back to Saudi Arabia. That's when you come to know it's not, or it's all about money. And when you say it's all about money, that's why you get Messi and Ronaldo getting any special favors. That's going to be looked at with a huge magnifying lens, especially because it's their last one. So if that was the case, don't you think if Trump had so much of power, why wouldn't just Trump make the USA win the match against Belgium instead of just getting a red card revoked? So that was Trump just going and acting like Trump. So he doesn't have, I don't think he, had a majority say in that. But saying that, the way this World Cup has happened, the way it started, the racism involved from day one, the atmosphere created by the ICE or the immigration services, the immigration agency there, it was horrible. Like few days ago, you had Messi being strip searched. You had him being touched, and he was laughing. He couldn't believe what is happening to Messi. Okay, and that was in the US, and he's plays for Inter Miami. He's living there.
Ranjit, you see, this is the World Cup of real close, nail-biting upsets. We had the Cabo Verde match against Argentina. Last time around, it was Egypt. We had Senegal that played a beautiful game against Belgium. They gave that game away. Mexico was on the verge of defeating England, but that surely did not happen. Several upsets that happened in the group stage. The African teams have outperformed the European teams this time. So much that is happening. But I do need to, take some time to speak about why you're in Helsinki as well, why you're in Finland. Let's throw some light on that as well. Take a look at this, viewers. There was a time when Indian football celebrated simply qualifying for international tournaments. Today, an Indian football academy is traveling to Europe, not hoping to just participate, but aiming to win. Yet again, Minerva Academy FC has returned to Scandinavia for the second year in a row for carrying with it the dreams of hundreds of young footballers and perhaps a glimpse into the future of Indian football. Last year, these very boys stunned established football academies from across Europe. We know that match against Liverpool, winning one of the world's biggest youth football tournaments in Sweden and falling heartbreakingly short in the final of another one in Finland. That unfinished business is what Ranjit and his boys are up to next. Now they return to complete that task. This time over 2,000 teams from 25 countries. They will be competing at the Helsinki Cup. Nearly 2,500 teams representing 79 countries are assembling at the Gothia Cup, arguably the biggest youth football tournament on the planet, has thrown up and coughed up some legends as well. These are not ordinary tournaments. This is the same stage where legends like Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Andrea Pirlo, Xabi Alonso, Keisuke Honda, Emmanuel Adebayor once played before becoming global superstars, and the next generation of Indian footballers is now following that very path. Ranjit, help the viewers understand what's happening so far. From what our telephonic conversations told us, you've already qualified, moved ahead of the group stage, and you know what team you are going to be matching up against in the finals. What's your status like? You're also telling me it's really cold, it's raining, but the boys are really showing up still.
Yes, I'm amazed. See, this is not the same batch as the Liverpool batch. These are 11 and 12-year-olds. That means the ones who were born in 2014 and 15. With one exception, you suppose you can have one overage player. That means 2013, 1 year overage. So we've got all the boys who are basically 11 and 12. Now, them coming abroad for the first time, forget about this tournament or any outside tournament, then from playing right now in 45 degrees in India, which it was, and then coming to a place which is 13 degrees with really, really cold and raining. So it was a huge experience, but they have adjusted very well. In fact, they had no rest. They've been playing 2 matches a day. We are in the pre-quarters, which is tomorrow. And we are going to be getting into after winning tomorrow, we're going to get to the quarters and the pre-quarters, the second quarter semi is the same day. That means the 3 matches going to be day after tomorrow. And then the final on the 12th, 11th. And we have very unfinished business, like rightly said, because last time we did not concede a goal in the entire tournament. The only goal we conceded was in the final. Because again, these boys never had exposure before that, the last batch. And then that defeat made, because we learned so much more for defeats than victories. We went on and we won the 3 biggest tournaments in the world. And we did it with
the
new
Dana
records.
Cup, the Norway Cup, and the Gothia Cup.
The Gothia Cup.
Yeah.
And this time it's going to be the Gothia Cup again for the 3rd time, because if we go the 3rd time...
And that's going to be history in itself again.
Yeah.
So if you're comparing from last year's experience, what do you think has significantly changed from tactics, from mental ability?
Oh, so we've started working on things like neuro and cognitive training. And we actually do, instead of having just warm-ups for the body, we are having warm-ups for the eyes. We are having warm-ups for the brain. Yeah. Because those are the 2 things you use the maximum in football. Unlike people think that's the legs and it's that. No, it's not. It's the brain and the eyes. And nobody...
What's it called? It's called brain kinetics. Is that so?
Yes. So basically, yes, exactly. So cognitive training of the brain, the neurons and the neurovision. That means the connection of this. So decision-making and scanning and reaction time, all is based on that. And that's the whole game. Decision-making, reaction time, and based on scanning. That means looking around and taking pictures of the ground. So now we've got these boys who are 11 and 12 now. They have been training with us for the last 3 years, 4 years. Some of them since the age of 7, some of them since the age of 8. The difference is the ones who went to Liverpool, they were training with us since the age of 11. Now we've got them younger now this time. So that means what those boys were at the age of 11 and 12, these boys are 2 steps further. And if I take them at 6, that'll even be better. So now what are we preparing for? Now I've just heard that FIFA is doing an under-15 World Cup this very year. And India's qualified because they've got 202 countries which been sent invitations. So everyone's qualified basically. Yeah. But the fascinating thing to know, Kabir, is that they're following exactly the same pattern which is followed in the Gothia Cup. Because they also have, like, in one group, 200 teams, like you just heard in our thing. They're 149 teams. So they've got 5 or 6 teams to a group, like is happening in Azerbaijan. And there's nobody who goes out. That means the top 2 or top 3 go to the final round and the bottom 3 play in the wooden spoon. Now, this is a great opportunity because the only boys in our country, now, for example, Japan, their under-14 team has played 40 or 35 internationals this year. Okay, so is Korea. And India's under-14 team does not exist.
Rajit, I'm running out of time here. But before I let you go, I do want you to tell the viewers, are we coming back with the trophy from Helsinki?
We're coming back with 2. We're coming back from Sweden with the Gothia Cup for the 3rd time, the world title, and the Helsinki Cup. We're getting 2 world titles back for our country, and I promise that.
Okay, all right, Ranjit, we're going to leave it at that. Kudos to you and Minerva for, making the entire country believe again. And that under 15, I mean, if we're able to perform, and I think we will this time, given the blueprint with what Minerva has been doing with Jigsan Singh. I remember the only scorer for the last World Cup that happened in India. I mean, Minerva has been really helping it out. Ranjit, many thanks for taking on the time, joining us from Finland yet again, and helping us out, letting us know what this great football nation is trying to do with the foundation that we want to build as well. Many thanks.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, then. We've run out of time here. That's all the time we have for you in this edition of In Your Interest. We're going to catch you again with stories that matter to you. Many thanks for watching.
Meet the tomorrow today. ICFI is the bridge between tomorrow